when we talk about cleaning companies, the first thing that comes to mind is brooms, mops, supplies, the stuff that you need to do in the everyday to run the business. And today, when I'm speaking on the actual business of cleaning, I mean the business side of it, not which mop you should use. Not that that's a bad thing. You need to have that down packed, but we're not speaking to that today. We're speaking to things like we were just talking about, goals, things that you do that actually move the needle forward. And when I say move the needle forward, what do I mean? That gets you more sales, that gets you more lead, that gets you a better marketing strategy, that gets you a better sales strategy. And when I say better, I mean it gives you a higher output with less time or less effort from yourself and your employees. So that's what we're talking about today. And today I wanted to dive into something that's very personal to me, but is going to be helpful to everyone else. And it is team meetings and company culture. And specifically, when I say team meetings and company culture, how does that even correlate? So team meetings actually set your company culture, not 100%, but team meetings are a big part of how your company culture is set, how your employees view you, and what the tone is every single day of what's going on in your business.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to start with was going back to that we're talking about the business of cleaning. So I always say that table stakes to get to scale your business is to have a good cleaning service, right? Like my job is not to talk to cleaning business owners who like, oh, I need to learn how to clean and we don't know how to clean, or we want to be better cleaners, right? We're, what kind of mop should we use, things like that. That's table stakes to get into the cleaning business, right?
Yes.
To be like, hey, how do I clean better? Or, being able to clean, right? We all, we always talk about you and my mother, like most cleaning business owners are great at cleaning, right? They're like, that's why they're here. That's how they got
in the door.
Exactly. That's why they can get their business to a level where we can start to help them. So that's table stakes.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying about, so just to say that's what we talking about. You should already have that in place.
Yes.
If you don't, then you need to reset the table. For cleaning business owners that are talking about team culture and meetings, it's like getting to the dinner table. So if you don't have a team meeting when you don't have Sunday dinner, there's no time to reset. There's no time to come back and say, what's really going on here? Everybody's just running wild. But if we only meet once every 6 months or a year, chaos doesn't happen, right?
Right.
You don't know what's going on.
Daily chaos.
Daily chaos.
Daily.
So the meeting is like Sunday dinner. It's like every week we're making sure that things don't get out of control, get out of hand, and we have a directive of where we're going. Hey, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? What are the problems? How can we solve them? And so just to give you an overview of what team meeting and how it affects culture.
I love that correlation because I remember Sunday dinners where my mom, she made us sit down at the table, me, her, and my sister, and cell phones weren't. So, I mean, dang, I sound like such an old person, but cell phones had literally just hit. So wasn't many cell phones, but we had to turn off the TV and no radio and talk to each other. Like, hey, what's going on with you at school? What was going on with work? And that's the same thing with the team meeting. You actually get to stop all of the chaos and speak with each other about what's going on. And a lot of times that will just bring up and eliminate issues right there that you didn't know about just because you haven't spoken about. And having those meetings every week puts you directly on the pulse of what's going on with your business regularly. I can tell you personally about how things went for me from before I started doing team meetings to after. So before team meetings, I've got goals. I think everyone knows what should be happening. And I base my measurements of them on what I think they should know. But still with the key words in there, right? What I think they should know, as opposed to what my team actually knows every week, same set of numbers and the same goals. So two things. I wasn't sharing goals with my team at all, right? And then we weren't having team meetings to even assess the goals that they don't know about, right? So once we started having team meetings, that gave me a shot every week that gave me the opportunity to present the goal every week so it's beat down into your minds. You know exactly what the goal is. I need to make $1 million with this office by the end of the year. We need a new client every week that makes me $24,000 in the year, right? I we've went over those numbers so much that everyone knows it like the back of their hand. So when we have meetings every week, we know that everything we're doing is correlating with that, and then we can cover issues along the way.
I should say that team meetings are for projects. Hey, these things are getting done. We're just making sure that we're on track. We use ClickUp, so we say, hey, are tasks overdue? Are they not overdue?
Right.
Or, making sure that so we can track all of that to see who's done what and everything is done. So, but we just want to make sure that we have that, and then so we want to any kind of issues, any kind of problems,
Yeah.
ideas. We take those ideas and we have an idea board, but we also have it
I'm
where
not
we
just getting up on that. I got my idea section in ClickUp now where I drop in, things that I want to get done, and we pick out what we're going to actually work on and get done, as opposed to me before it was me drop all my ideas on you guys at once and then look at you like, who's not doing it?
exactly. You're like, nah, it's like, and then every week, that causes confusion because every week you're like, I got a new idea. And they're like, what? We just had a new idea last week.
You ain't even 10% through with the other idea that you just hit us with last week. Like how? And that's what I mean when I say too that the team meetings dictate your company culture. When you have them every week, you have the same goals every week. Like in my meetings every week, we discuss the revenue for that past week, payroll for that past week, complaints for that past week, what our goal is, where we are in reference to that goal, and how much money has actually come in, right? So that's on the post. Oh, and leads and walkthroughs. So these are the numbers that me and my team need to be up on top of every single week. And putting that in front of everyone every week allows everyone their input on what's going on with that. How can we improve? What are the ideas? When your team becomes involved like that, the culture that's created is that we work together to make things better here.